online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
Was the Jams. How Uncle managed to listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. Welcome to our show. This is the beginning of it. I'm here with Matt Morgan. He's in charge of any buttons that might need to be pressed during the show.
Buttons and switches.
Buttons and switches, yes, buttons and switches. You feeling well?
Yeah, very well.
You look well. Have you had your hair cut?
Yes.
Wow. What'd you do? Make a big scene about it? Turn it into a big drama, a big palaver? Worry about it, did you?
My scalp's flaking.
Why?
I stopped using anti-dandruff shampoo.
Well, that'll be your problem. Trevor Lockie! Trevor Lockie! Are you alright, mate?
I'm alright. Yeah.
Why are you here, then?
I'm in charge of zips, aren't I?
She's in charge of any zips that might be required over the course of the show. I wonder what we'll talk about on the show. Probably, let's ring up Noel Gallagher later, see how he is. Let's definitely do it, because sometimes we say it and then we don't do it. Can you imagine how he must feel?
Yeah.
I can't. It must be odd to be him, mustn't it? Well, also, we've got Cry for Help. That's where we help people with their problems. Also, we'll tell you about week's events. We done them Brit Awards earlier in the week. Do you remember those, Matt?
I do remember that.
Oh, there they was. Different awards for different categories. I was had to be in charge of standing there and saying things, didn't I?
You were very good.
Thank you.
We had a backstage tent.
We had a little backstage tent, me and Matt.
That's nice.
So in case something happens, we can, like, contrive a spontaneous response to it. So you see?
Oh, I see, yeah.
Also, it means you don't get caught up in all the hoopla and flotsam and jetsam of all, because there's all people back
Milling
there.
about.
Milling.
It's embarrassing.
So yeah, it's a lot of rhubarb goes on
Handshakes
back
going
there.
on.
Handshakes, people handing out awards, people all sweaty. So, you know, so we just retire like a couple of Bedouin gents, sat there scribbling, watching things on a monitor, eating bananas. Oh God, except I'd done a wee, didn't I, in a bottle?
Oh, you're always doing wheezing
disgusting.
bottles.
I didn't want to go walking around looking for a place, because I went for a wee earlier on. I got caught up in the lavvy with Joss Stone.
Did you?
Nothing happened.
Oh, right.
Well, what could happen?
Well,
You
Was
know?
that before she'd gone on?
I think it might have been just after, because Joss Stone came on.
She was mad, wasn't she?
She was very upbeat about something, wasn't she? She certainly had a lot of.
She was also
pep in her
American.
step. She was suddenly American. Where is she from?
She's from
Cornwall
Devon.
or something.
She's from Devon.
Devon's in England, isn't it?
Yeah, but she puts on the American accent to do those high notes.
Right.
Yeah.
But she wasn't doing high notes, she just came out and went, hey everybody.
Hell, the partners out from Cowboy Town. Yeah, she was talking like Calamity Jane on the show. It was extraordinary behaviour.
You did do a wee in a bottle, it was disgusting.
Well, the reason I did that, Matt, was because I didn't want to upset or worry you.
It was a pathetic amount, though.
What do you mean?
said
It's
you-
nice. It's half a bottle. What do you want?
It was a tiny bottle.
Yeah, I think I've
It was
done
a
very well.
vial. Was that a test tube?
It's a lovely amount of wee. What was difficult though is because whilst the end of my penis was sealing up the bottle, so as the water went in, or liquid urine, as that went in, that was forcing air out. But
but that's
the
basic
bottle was
science.
sealed up. But so there was sort of slight inflation
Good
of
grief.
the
What?
force.
You haven't got cartoon penis.
It was a ridiculous event.
This
But
is the shabby backstage side of the Brits.
that was the highlight
You
for me.
inflating your penis with urine.
No, it didn't inflate with the urine. It inflated
Oh,
with the displaced air.
You're joking.
It was
I think
displaced.
that's why you
right.
don't put it onto the bottle completely.
Yeah, I know. I had to keep edging it back.
You're going to play that game.
As a valve. To valve it out. But for me, if there was one highlight for the Brits this year, I wouldn't say it was Take That, or Oasis, or even Dear Amy Winehouse. But me, standing in a tent with my mate Matt Morgan, giggling out wee wee.
I wasn't giggling.
I was giggling. I was
I
having
was
a hell of a
holding
time.
the curtain going, stop it. you're the host of the Brits.
You're undermining all of Britain! Everything that we stand for as a nation! Yes, alright, we'll talk about that some more, probably. Some more of our views and opinions will come out. But there's no point in you phoning us because the show is not live. This is us earlier on today. So you can email us at emailrussell. No, you don't say email. You don't have to say email, because I've just read it off a bit of paper, so I've included email in their instructions. You can email us. russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. Leave us your phone number, because then we can use you in another pre-recorded show. Or, text us if you like, but you'll have to find out that text number yourself, because I think then people that do send texts, they've really got some nous, ain't they? Because they've gone through a little journey to get the text through to us. Here's some texts and stuff that we've got. What does this say? There's a lot of people dressing up as me. That's interesting. I like that.
Why?
Well, it's just nice, isn't it? People to dress up as you. shows that you know that you've irrelevant. I mean, are those silhouettes? It means I've got a silhouette. Although some that when Prince Harry dressed as a Nazi, that's bad. Hey, Russell, Matt and Trevor, when are you guys going to be live again? I love you all and think you're great. Love, Katie. It'll be in March or April, won't it? When we finish the tour. Danny Williams says, when I listen to your show on the internet, it just plays news about some dead person in a swimming pool. Is this on purpose? No, it most certainly isn't.
It's an accident. It's definitely an accident.
That's happened by mistake. You should be able to hear our podcast. We're still number one. Now, we've got to do this thing where we go off in an ice cream van. Who's going to be in charge of administrating that? You. Right. Get us an ice cream van. If anyone here knows where we can get an ice cream van for nothing, and what do we want to do with it?
Sell ice creams.
Sell ice cream. No, we'll give them away. We'll get an ice cream van. We'll park it somewhere. Trafalgar Square. Just give out ice creams. But we want it to be very sexy, so...
There's patch wars for things like that.
Yeah, the ice cream wars.
Let's not get in a patch war. I don't want another patch war. Oh, Christ, no. Yeah, because, hot dog salesmen, that people get killed for that,
we shouldn't give them away for free. They should be very expensive. Right. And that way, no one will attack us.
Fair enough, Trev, but I don't know about the economics of the situation. Danny Williams, you certainly shouldn't be getting that information about someone in a swimming pool. Hello, Russell, Trevor and Matt. I'm on holiday in France, and I'm laughing so much at this pre-recorded show. She might even mean this one. Perhaps you can bend time, this girl. It seems that you're all thinking about sex tonight. What have you done earlier this evening? Question mark, exclamation mark. She's exclaiming a question there.
Oh, nice.
Hello. Would you like some tea? Would you? Although this filth is hilarious, it's still filth, so sort yourselves out for next week. Okay,
yeah,
all
let's
right.
cut the filth.
Can I come into the studio? Where's them women? Where are them women? And we said next time there's a pre-recorded show, then that dancing women girls were going to be here to brighten up
Mics
the mood.
are on.
Right, okay, why don't we listen to NWA? We're going to help people with their problems over the course of this show and that. I suppose we'll play records and talk to each other. Matt, I want you to tell that lovely story about when you used to visit farms as a child. Trevor...
I went once.
Well, you've done enough on that farm visit to fill a lifetime.
I rode a Shire horse with bells on my toes.
Didn't he? Killed things. Now let's listen to NWA expressing themselves with full capability.
Yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and perpetrating, but scared to kick reality.
Man, you've been doing all this dope producing. You ain't had a chance to show them what time it is.
So what you want me to do?
Express yourself, NWA! Uplifting, it's made me feel good about myself and expressing it. Matt, why have you taken away your sunglasses here in the studio?
Because it's a pre-record, it's too light in here, so this makes it a bit more evening-y.
It's not the 70s. Get yourself together, lad. Right, we've got a letter here from a young man called John in Kagoshima, Japan. Dear Russell, listen to your show for the first time via podcast in my car in rural southern Japan today, and you and your mates are absolutely effing bonkers, he exclaims. ... Brilliant, he exclaims further. I haven't laughed so much since my granny's tit got caught in the mangle. That's Peter Cook, isn't it?
Yes.
Dudley Moore, I think.
Dudley.
It's Derek and Clive.
One point of particular note was your reference to the woman with the one grey hair's shaven undercarriage. A Canadian friend of mine, and numerous British ones too, prefer shaven haven. Take your pick. Anyway, good work, you Ravenhead case. All the best, John in Kagoshima. Oh, God bless you, John. Thank you. I like to think that's the magic of being on Radio 2, which is what we are. Nice to think of someone in rural Japan having to listen to us, isn't it?
On his car in Japan.
Just listen to us on his car.
Do you think he's really called John, though? I don't reckon he is called John. I think he's anglicised his name so that we don't feel
he's English. Just anglicised the word England.
Do you think he's English?
Yeah,
of course he is.
He's just over there he's up to no good, probably.
Is that what he said? I reckon
Crafty
he's
little swine.
I reckon he's Japanese.
I reckon he's an architect.
You reckon he's an architect over there?
I hope so.
That would be just an absolute dream, wouldn't it, Matt? What would I give to perch on his knee just for a little while he showed me his blueprints? Trevor has taken to wearing jeans, something he's been warned against a number of times, but when he wears jeans, it's not in a normal fashion. Matt described it thus.
He looks like a Top Gear presenter.
He looks like a Top Gear presenter. When Trevor wears jeans, he looks like he's shuffling along.
There's no different colours in them. They're just blue.
Yeah, just blue.
Blue, simple denim.
Simple denim, that's
no
all I require.
style cut into them.
It looks like he's going to give someone advice on birds and the bees. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you about the birds and the bees and what goes on.
It's because he's wearing school shoes with them.
Why are you wearing your school shoes, Trevor, at weekend? You wearing your school shoes at weekend, Trevor?
You just make yourselves look stupid, ultimately.
Do we we, Trevor?
Yes, you do. Jealous.
Look at my magnificent chest, Trevor.
Try and
Look
divert
at it.
but you're just jealous.
I'm here in my car, driving along.
If
look like
I
Noel
told you
Edmonds.
I was going at 60 miles an hour, you'd think I was bonkers.
Let's see what the Stig did.
Oh, Stig, you lived in a dump, and a little boy fed you cherries out of his gran's laundry bin. That's my memories of the hit show, Stig of the Dump, Stig of the Dump. I loved all those programmes, Stig of the Dump, Wurzel Gummidge, all them outsiders, and I think it's affected my dress sense.
Still
Who
the dump was
knows?
scary.
Was he, mate? Why?
I remember because he went to that party at the end. He was a caveman. Everyone thought he was dressed as a caveman, but he actually was one.
A caveman.
That's more terrifying than anything.
No, it's not. I'd like that.
No, because he was bad, wasn't he, Stig?
No, mate, he was all right. He just didn't know our modern ways. And some say that we've got held back by them modern ways. Perhaps we could be a bit more like Stig.
I think you are a bit like Stig. You're feral when you're out of time.
Woohoo! Good old time, load of old rubbish that it don't even exist. Anyway, Nicky
Also,
said,
why is your house so hot?
Why's my what out?
Your house is so hot.
So what?
It's like a reptile house. Go around Russell's house. I rode my bike there, so I was a bit sweaty anyway. He just lives in there in his pants.
bike called Smokey, that he's got a name
not
for.
called Smokey.
Sometimes I see him talking to it when he's locking it up. Okay, Smokey, I'm going to be in here for 10 or 15 minutes. If any of the bigger bikes come, you just give a little ding-ding on your bell. Go on, so you came round on Smokey.
Yeah, well, twice I've been round your house this week. It's just uncomfortable. We had a meeting with me standing in the garden and him in there in his pants. He won't put on a jumper. Just instead of putting on a jumper and thinking, oh, it's a bit cold in here, he just puts the heating up full blast.
I was always cold when I was little, and I've made a pledge to myself when I grew up, always to be a bit too hot.
It's the same with his dressing rooms on tour. It's really horrible because I have
It's
to
like-
undo my shirt to go and speak to him in the dressing room, and then when I come out, people see me leaving his dressing room undressed, you know, with my shirt open
Your
to the
Top
waist.
Gear jeans on.
With my Top
just
Gear
kicking around your
jeans.
ankles.
That man's been interfered with by Jeremy Clarkson.
If I told you I was in a dressing room, going 70 miles an hour.
Back and forth rhythmically at the rear end of Russell Brand, you'd say I was crackers. If I told you I was going 100, you'd think my eyebrows would fall out. Let me tell you the truth. I'm all jammed up inside with my own charisma and ego. We've got a letter here.
Also, when they've got long hair, it's that Top Gear long hair.
Top Gear long hair, yeah.
Oh.
They really like
And when they
cars,
wear leather
those guys,
jackets,
don't they? They're
they do.
obsessed. They take cars so serious. I've never felt...
Far too serious. I've never had a car.
I've not had a car. We're not allowed a car, are we, Matt?
I'm allowed one.
Are you?
I just don't want one.
I'm not allowed a car. I
I've
don't...
seen you drive a car. It's funny.
Why?
It's just funny to see you
Like
drive
Toad
a car.
of Toadle.
Yeah, totally.
Beep, beep, whee!
Your
Come
knees
on,
up
Pop.
round your chin.
Yeah, I liked it in that car. Now, come on, we've probably got someone on the radio who we can help now, and that's, after all, what we're here for. If we can't help others, then what the bloody hell's the point in life, eh? So I think it's, is it, right, yeah. Remember when we spoke to that girl that had a mix-up at work, because she'd sent she sent an email to her friend at work saying, oh, I just see a grey hair in the mirror, but she'd also mentioned pulling down her knickers or something. Her friend assumed
No,
she
she
was
said, I went
referring
to the
a grey
toilet, I found a
pubic
grey hair.
Yeah, but yeah, right, but so
what
the
she said.
person assumed that it was a grey pubic hair when actually it was a head hair. Then that email got leaked, everyone in the office knew about it, now it's become a cult phenomenon on our radio show. Look, I've got some advice for the grey pubic hair girl, tell her to use this podcast as a way of extricating herself from the situation. I don't believe it, I think that girl's pubic hair is like Ming the Merciless's grey goatee beard in an imagined sequel to Flash Gordon set even further in the future. So it's really captured the heart of the nation. Now, we've got this young lady, I think she's called Kat, I think she's on the phone, but we don't know nothing for certain. Are you there, Kat?
Russell, hi, how you doing?
I'm alright. Don't try and pretend to be much more confident than you are by saying my name at the beginning of everything you say. Now, what's going on?
Actually, I'm feeling a lot more confident because I've got my friend here with me today. We're actually in Switzerland.
Who's your friend? Gripper? So, go on,
Switzerland?
what are you doing in Switzerland?
We're skiing.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why would anyone ski? If you need to go down a hill, just go down it. There's a lot of fuss about nothing.
Just because you can't do
Well,
it.
actually, it's a multi-purpose trip.
Yeah?
Because thought instead of getting on the desk at work, there's a very cool bar here where we're at. We're going to do it here.
Don't do that there, because you was meant to come and do it in our radio studio. Didn't
We're
you?
going to do that as as well, but we thought we needed to convince the
People don't know what you're talking about yet. Allow me to explain. You said you were going to come into our radio studio and stand on the desk and pull down your knickers to reveal that you...
This is filth.
That's what she said. Don't shoot the messenger. How many times must I be condemned for the perverse actions of a few twisted women? So she said she was going to come into our radio studio, which, may I remind you, listeners, is the same studio used by Terry Wogan, one of the greatest broadcasters ever to have lived. She was going to come in here and pull down her knickers in Wogan's studio. Then she said she was going to grind herself on Wogan's chair and say, F you,
She's
Terry.
gonna say, wind your body.
Wiggle your willy, Terry Wogan. She said she was going to do all those things. Now, when are you coming to do them, Kat?
Next week.
Fine. Well, make sure you administrate it with young Mikey. Mikey's in charge of administrative matters. Mikey, make sure if next week when we arrive at this studio, there's not a woman grinding herself in a Wogan's chair, all drunk on Swiss booze and jamming chocolate into her face, we'll be furious with you. We want Toblerones. Other mountainous chocolates are available. So what should we have a listen to something? Then let's talk about Matt on that farmyard when he was a lad, killing things. And
Killed
then
one thing by accident.
that is a still not good way to treat farm life. Let's listen to Led Zeppelin when we'll come back and Matt can get himself out of this agricultural quagmire. Led Zeppelin, rock and roll, they are playing that song to us. So listen to Russell Brand, not Bland, Jesus Christ, I'm doing their work for them. On Radio 2, this is the radio station that we're currently on right now at this second. So when I was in Los Angeles, I met Victoria Newton. She's the Sun's showbiz gossip columnist, their column Bizarre. She says she listens to this show and the podcast and that, then just like nicks things, puts them down as stories.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
What was she in LA?
I think the Grammys was on or something like that.
Right.
And so like I'm thinking from this show they'll put in the paper backstage win in a bottle, message in a bottle maybe. I'm just saying because it's good to be able to predict the whole of the story. Gives us something to do.
It doesn't really go anywhere, that story, though. It's not like...
Well, if I was writing it, I'd say
he
that
slung
to
it at-
avoid Joss Stone in the lavvy, he weed. That's how I'd do it. You know?
Yeah.
So now we've given them an editorial line. So they can pursue that if they wish to. Yeah, I stayed in like really sort of it's meant to be a posh hotel, Chateau Marmont, but it's all sort of full of faded glory, all a bit old-fashioned and creepy. I like places to be sort of, I don't like character everywhere. It makes me nervous. The shower was all dead little and it had all these sort of beautiful ceramic tiles, but they've probably been there since the 1920s. Probably Humphrey Bogart had blown off in that shower. Yeah. And like sort of, I was sort of edgy in that hotel. Like, you know, it's like nice, all this Art Deco pieces here, there. But the thing was, I couldn't really relax because, you know, if you go to a really posh hotel, it's very standardised, isn't it? And plush, whereas this one was all full of character. And John Belushi, out of Blues Brothers, etc., died in that hotel. I thought I could hear his ghost, Trev. Really? I thought I could hear the wails of Belushi's ghost haunting me.
Yeah.
Do yourself in, son! Do us all a favour! He won't say nothing, really. Just wails, really. Just wails.
Yeah.
And
Why did you stay at that hotel?
Well, because when I was going out there, I goes to Courtney Love, where should I stay in a hotel? And I then just took her advice and forgot it was Courtney Love. So that the advice will be skewed by that perspective. Because Courtney Love's advice will be particular to her lifestyle and decisions, won't it? Then she took me around this director's house called Brett Ratner, right? When I got there, I met up with her, went around that Neil Strauss who wrote that book, The Game, who came on our radio show before.
House?
Yeah, he was ever so nice.
What's his house like?
Nice, yeah, as you'd expect, you know, sort of a knicker-dropper bachelor pad, right? We went round there. He's got a picture of him in with Snoop Doggy Dogg in the lavvy. And like
In the lavvy?
in his lavvy,
Oh, right.
yeah, Snoop Doggy Dogg walking in the lavvy. Crikey,
Hey,
it's
you
nuts.
want to do the drips there?
Hey, yeah, just shake it off. So like, yeah, and then also what was around his house was he was having a sushi making evening. I was very tired and
What?
you had to make sushi yourself. Oh, make your own sushi.
You're a
And-
vegetarian.
Right, there were some vegetarian options and that. I couldn't make the sushi myself. And I can't get over, I think that bit that you wrap sushi in smells of fish. The association's so strong
Yeah,
in
seaweed,
my mind.
and-
That sea, I suppose, because it is out of the sea where the fish live.
They do,
So,
yes.
yeah, they live there, don't they? I've seen those little guys carrying on under it. So, yeah, I didn't much, I think I had a strange evening after that. We went round that Brett Ratner, he directed X-Men Part 3, went round his house, and Courtney had gone, oh, you've got to meet Russell Brand, oh, he's brilliant, he's really crazy, he's really wild, and I was all just tired and just sat on his settee nearly crying. I didn't feel like showing off, but I felt this sort of sense of obligation to try and be all funny, and that I couldn't carry it out.
What did you do then? You must have done something.
I just sat on his settee, and also he's got a reputation as being something of a womaniser, this Brit Ratner. He's got a disco down in his basement that was built because one of the people that owned the house before was the bloke who produced Grease. I can't remember his name, but that bloke, when that film came out, Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta was so famous they couldn't go out anywhere. So like they had a disco built in the basement of this producer's house, and there was all these tables that sort of rotated out, and there's little touches like that that could really make a subterranean disco. There's little nuances to bear in mind when you're designing your own subterranean
Is this
disco.
all lies? This
Yeah,
sounds like you
just lies.
said you went to LA and then just slept in an airport. Had a vivid dream.
There's underground disco and you can make your own sushi.
It was lovely there. Then Batman came to me and gave me such a cuddle and said we're going to be truly great friends. We got on so well.
Then that snowman came from walking in the air. We were up there for ages. It was freezing.
Just let me get my pyjamas on first, for heaven's sakes. No, it was. I did go America. I did. I had a lovely time there.
Some Belushi's ghost.
I met people. Honestly.
I met people.
People. Americans, they was. That was so nice. Well, so hold on. Let's say kill someone.
Did you have a cane and a top hat?
Yeah, I was acting much more English than I do even
I knew
here.
that would
I went,
happen. A
hello,
monocle.
old beano, pip, pip, toodaloo, a film part will say, what of it? Don't mind if I do. Yeah, pass the kettle, Martha. And off I'd go. Who was that guy? It went well. So, and then another thing that happened is that Brit Ratner in his house, he's got a, like, you know, like a photo booth, such as you might find in an airport, that takes a strip of 4 photographs of you, where Superman that time went in one, and then it would reveal the secret of Superman. I just saw a lovely documentary, actually, the other day, about children drinking too much, right? Like this.
How old children?
16-year-olds, right? And they're like just drinking too much. And this one girl, it was really brilliant, actually spoke to camera because she was saying what she knew the documentary maker wanted to hear. She goes, well, I do tend to drink too much, and like when I do that, I tend to just run in front of cars, things like that. I tend to. I have this tendency, like she was observing herself from the outside. It was really funny. Then there's this lovely bit where there'd been voiceover, like, and so what will happen to these young ladies? Nobody knows, but it's suddenly a binge drinking culture in this country will have the endemic effects of it. And then the voiceover dropped out, and you could hear her going, like, yeah, it's just, you know, I saw Superman, it's stupid, because, like, you know, Lois Lane works with him all day, and then he flies around with her and she don't recognise him. That's true. She made this observation.
Bad stand-up.
Yeah, it was. It's about Superman. It's really lovely. Just that, you know, that Clark Kent and Superman have the same identity, essentially. Bless that kid. Anyway, back to this house. Photo booth there. And everyone that goes around Brit Ratner's house has to go in this photo booth and get their photo done. I went in it. Then he gave me a book of a compilation of all the people that have ever been in it. Michael Jackson there was.
What an egotist.
Nick Cage, all in this book.
What a name dropper.
He never dropped a name, he dropped a photo.
You should have refused to go in his booth.
I should have refused to go in his booth. Well, think about all the little arses that have been on there. Kirk Douglas, his Spartacus Articus, sat there.
Who was the first one?
What, in the book?
Yeah.
Just some model or something. He had some beautiful model drifting around in his house. He had there was some painting on the wall, looked like it was just normal. I went and had a look at it. It was like a portrait, regular looking portrait thing. When I had a look at it, it was Picasso had drawn it. It weren't of Picasso, which would have been less valuable.
Really?
Yeah, had a Picasso just hanging around in his house. It was nice, it was there. And then I went home because I was tired and couldn't do no more showing off that day. That is the end of my weekend.
Oh, thank you, that's
Russell.
brilliant. And you've drawn a picture too, that's lovely.
Yes, that's me and the director cuddling. Yeah, hold on. What's the thing? Oh, there's someone on the line. Who is it? If you're on the line, say hello at us.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
It's Sophie.
Sophie the person?
Yeah.
Sophie, how kind of you to have called us. Now, I assume you've got a problem, because this is our item called Cry for Help, where people call us up and cry for help. So say the problem to us, then cry for help, then me, Matt and Trev will do our damnedest to help your ass.
Okay.
Say it then.
A few months ago,
Yep. What
I
happened?
got a new piercing.
You dirty, filthy little cow. How old are you, Sophie?
23.
Fair enough. Right, go on then, tell us a story.
So curiosity got the better of me and I decided to get one of my nipples pierced.
Oh, out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Curiosity killed the cat. It didn't make the cat pierce its own nipple. It's a ridiculous way to live. Go
I
on
just
then.
wanted to know what it felt like.
Phew, all right. What did it feel like?
It's quite painful.
Right, I would have thought so. Now what's happened? I bet your nipple's all weeping.
No, it's not. It's fine.
Is it?
That's
I don't
not my
like it.
problem.
Me, I don't like it when you see some boobs and one of the nipples pierced. I think, why bother? They look good as they are. They're design classic, the boob, and it's better than the Coke bottle. It's better than anything you're likely to come across. Why would you put something on it?
Sometimes it looks nice with a piercing.
Why gild the lily? Why gild the lily? Why spoil the show? I like boobs as they are, but go on with your story, Sophie Piercy Boob.
Well, that's part of my problem, actually.
Go on.
Is because the only person who's actually seen it or knows about it is my friend who came with me when I got it done.
Yeah.
And since then, I've like yourself, I've heard a few guys saying that they think piercings on girls are unattractive and it's not something they like about girls.
Yep. So what do you want
I've been
us to
single
do?
longer than I've had it done.
Right.
So I was just getting worried about what a guy would think when they first saw it.
Right, well, luckily we can help you here. Show us it. Pop along or send us a photo.
Put it in a scanner.
Put your boob in a scanner, or a photocopy or anything really, and then just send us the images. Alternatively, stand outside a man's toilet, right? Like say in a busy shopping precinct, then just like have a placard with "What do you think, guys?" written on it, and then put your boobie round the door, and then put that placard round the door so people can judge
Like a
your
spaniel's
boobie.
nose and just shake it.
Yeah, like a womble face. What do you think, Sophie? You need to do some test conditions. You can come down to our radio show if you want and show us your boob, and then we will give a verdict on the air of what we think of your boobs.
Well,
In fact, that applies to all women.
It's definitely going to be able to flash you from the audience.
Yeah, when are you coming to see us?
A week on Monday.
Flash it from the audience, yeah, just flash it. I mean, if you've got your nipple pierced, pretty much you're saying you want people to look at it. Trevor's got his little face on, like his little Alan Bennett face, all confused. Like
I'm
he's
not
just
confused. I know what a nipple is, and I know what a pierced nipple is.
Yeah,
I just think you should draw a pig's face on it so that it looks like a little piggy when you're in that audience next Monday.
Trevor, why would you would you
hold it and
rottisize a pig?
and go squeak, piggy, squeak from the audience.
Oh, Trevor.
Trevor thinks Charlotte's Web's a porno film.
Babe pig in the city.
In the city, it's asking for it. I expect it's in the red light district, is it?
And then the other one, do just like a little mole's face on the other one, like it's a little mole that's just peeping out of the hole.
Trevor, why are you trying to turn your boobs into cartoon characters? What's wrong with you?
Well, I just think it's more adventurous that way. They could talk to each other then.
Fair enough. Right, okay, well, Trevor's given you some suggestions there, Sophie, which I imagine you'll be keen to discard. But you can, flash them at us from the audience, and then we'll give you a report. But if you've done it, you may as well be confident in yourself, you know, and it's not what other people think, is it? As long as you're happy. And now do the help bit, where you go, help, at the end of it.
Help!
Right, well, we've helped you already. So, you know, our work is done. Sophie, thank you very much for your call. Do take care of yourself, my love. You will find happiness. You sound to me like a lovely person.
Thank you.
Ta-ta, dear. Off she goes, old Sophie. Matt, what do you think about her piercing her nipple in this way?
I don't mind it, but she's stupid for doing it out of curiosity.
Yeah.
And then thinking, oh, hang on, people don't like it. Why didn't you do the survey first?
Do the survey first.
But it's not irreversible. You can take it out.
Just take it out.
Yeah, but
that's
there's
true.
it's always. I've got ear piercings, and they're never
You
quite
said that
healed
as
up.
if you've got a load of ears in a trophy cabinet in your house.
He has. That's what he meant.
What do you mean?
Well, you just said, I've got ear piercing.
Hey, you swapping
You didn't say,
wars.
I've got my ear pierced. You didn't put the personal pronoun before the noun there.
Have you
It's
got any piercings?
Yeah, I got one in my lug hole.
Have you?
Yeah.
What did you used to have in there?
Just an indication to other gay lads that I
bet
was
you
up for business.
I used to have a big hoop, didn't you?
It was like a little gold hoop, you know.
Did you?
Yeah, I looked nice.
Well, in an Essex way or in a sort of
Essex
pirate way?
I was Essex. It was I was 16,
David
living in
Essex?
Grays.
Yeah.
Hold me close. Right. Okay. So what have we got? What have we got to talk about? Something important. When I was on Bloody America. On it, that's right, yeah, because I was top of it. My Lynn, who looks after my house, housekeeper, you'd call her, Lynn, who's not over there where I'm pointing, but I'm so angry, I'm pointing in the
over
direction.
there.
She cut my cat's nuts off.
No!
She cut Morrissey's
herself?
nuts off.
Herself?
Well, she got a vet to do it, but nonetheless, it's bad. I came back, there was like, the cat flap was boarded up. That's a euphemism. No, the cat flap
What,
was
Morrissey
boarded
had
up.
done that? I'm not going out now.
He was doing a dirty protest. Well, the cat flap was boarded up. I goes, why is the cat flap boarded up? She goes, the cat can't go out. And I went, no, because she's always threatening to cut his nuts off. Goes, no, you haven't. She goes, yeah, I've cut his nuts. She goes, I had to. I goes, Lynn, I asked you not to cut off his nuts. and she had cut him
Yeah,
off.
but that's for his own good.
She said it's for his own good, because when we move house, then he won't want to wander off so much, plus he won't want to F everything and fight all the time and get all those stupid diseases that have got the word cat in front of them, like cat AIDS and cat cancer and cat mandu, and all these things that make the diseases sound a bit stupid.
Is he different noticeably? I mean, he seems less nervous.
Yeah, I think it's affected him.
I
In a
think
good
it
way
might.
or bad way?
I've gone off him a bit. I just think, you know, he's lost a bit of his net, you know.
They change. They change. The character has changed.
Yeah, I
He's a
like.
eunuch now.
He's a eunuch.
He's a eunuch. Give him a vasectomy. Why take them all off?
Could have given him a cat vasectomy. That's just lazy, isn't it?
Well, what's the difference?
Well, what with my cat? He just
Yeah.
seems a bit like.
No, I mean, what do you mean? We cut his nuts off? That is a vasectomy.
No,
it's
you can
not.
cut the tube, couldn't you, between
Oh,
the
she's
nuts.
actually had them off.
He's not got nuts. He had
Well,
these little
that's
like
just
black
spiteful.
bumblebees of nuts. I loved them.
What, they've withered?
They're not
That's
with
what they
it.
were like before.
Well, yeah, little black bumblebee nuts.
They're lovely. They were like the two little bees nestling under his tail and bum. They were lovely. I used to go, oh, there's his little balls, his little balls.
Not near
Say
your
that,
mouth.
and you
you
shouldn't have done that.
Why? I liked it.
The
But no.
mime you did then, that was...
It was a good
That,
mime.
look, where he was going like that with the balls, that means the cat's bum was by his nose.
Yeah, because I'm laying down in the bed, he puts his bum in my face, I'll wiggle his balls.
Oh, we've
What could
got to
be more
stop this
natural?
now, because we're going to get calls
You
from the
should get a
RSPCA.
goldfish.
I don't trust him. Right, okay, then I want to listen to Bleeding Michael Jackson.
All right.
Well, changing everything all the time.
Where was it?
Looking through the window, it's down there underneath
Oh, yeah.
Clash. There it is.
Don't ruin it.
Don't ruin the
The
surprise.
Clash is coming up.
There might be a bit of Clash later, guys. Don't hold your breath. Right, okay, let's listen to Looking Through the Window by them Jackson 5s.
Windows, isn't it?
I don't know what their house looks like, mate. I have no idea. I imagine the less windows, the better. There's 5 of them! So, yeah, there they are, looking through that window.
What was
God
that
bless them,
dance you
lads.
just did?
It was erotic, man.
I feel violated.
You will be, you sexy little cow. I don't know, I'll keep my hands off you, I really don't.
Well, do try.
I'll keep going. Now, as you know, childhood is that bit what happens before you're long enough. Matt, when he was a childhood, went to a farm. What happened?
I didn't want to talk about this.
He went to... Listen to this, I'll give you my version, then he'll butt in to try and make it sound better. When he was a kid, he had to, like, you know, if you grow up in a sort of urban or stroke suburban area, they think, oh, give him a look at, like, cows.
See where milk
So-
comes from.
Yeah, yeah. Matthew had some horrible ideas about where milk came from, where he lived his life. Right, so him and his little sister, him and his big sister, went to this sort of farm somewhere probably in rural Kent. And he said
New
that-
Forest.
New Forest. It's a big farmer, he said, who's like John Noel, our manager, which, like, you know, that's shorthand for, all right, big sort of gruff sort of bloke with a big plastic hand,
Big
wasn't it?
bright pink plastic hand, didn't
Bright
it?
pink.
plastic hand for?
Because he'd got
He'd
chopped
lost
off in a big machine, probably a combine harvester or something.
yeah.
But why would you have it replaced by one that looked like a marigold glove? Was it that kind of pink?
Yeah, bright pink.
And then he would
Stupid.
drop it, and then all the kids would go, and they would manufacture the artifice of the kids who are actually helping. So it'd be a bit right, about what, 12, 15
Everyone had a
kids?
different job. No, there was more than that. It was loads of kids.
Really, 30 kids?
It's hard to gauge, isn't it? Because when you're a kid,
Kid,
it seems like a
everything
crowd.
seems different, yeah, I
There's
know what
probably
you mean.
about 25 kids.
Those sinks are tiny! Like when you go back to your old school, which I shouldn't have done anyway, and it led to a lot of trouble. But I had a few scores to settle.
Have you ever been to a primary school and seen the stupid little toilets?
Yeah, I have. That's where I spent
Amazing,
most of my
isn't
time while I was there. Which is what led to the trouble. That's a joke! For God's sake. Yeah, I did. I went back there. The sinks are so low down. It's ridiculous.
Everything's ridiculous.
What's the point in being a child living down there
They use
scuttling
normal
about?
sized toilets at home.
Yeah, these kids. Who do they think they are? At home they can use a normal sized toilet. When they get to school they turn it little Lord Fauntleroy. I couldn't possibly clamber up there.
It's like a little egg cup. Do you remember when you were a kid and you fall a bit into the toilet and get stuck?
yeah, you
And so
fall
they have
sort of
those little.
backwards into it.
I bet you did that every day.
Every single day.
But you did it as a cry for help yourself.
Mother, it's happened again! It's trying to eat me! That porcelain man wants to guzzle my pot! Don't talk like that about your uncle.
I had a funny memory about that the other day. I remembered wishing that one day after I'd done my business, I used to look down into the toilet.
Business? You got paid for it? Dirty little devil. No wonder he's so rubbish at his job now. He's trying to keep the same ethos.
Yeah.
Giving out crack for money.
Yeah,
Go on in,
I
Chef.
got paid by the ounce. But I looked down, and I used to wish that one day I would find a little something live, an animal or something like that. A little.
Well,
that's what I
you'd
think.
given birth?
Yeah, something like that.
That must have been disappointing when it was just
a lump of human excrement.
But sometimes I think, oh, did I see it move? Is that a little dinosaur?
Does that see it? Does he
Trevor, were you on
study
acid?
Why don't you just stick matchsticks in it and a couple of beads and pretend it was a sausage dog?
But if you think about it, it's like
Put it on a roller skate, take it for a walk.
it's like a lady chicken laying an egg, and then it grows into a chick.
Lady chicken.
A hen.
All
a hen.
chickens are ladies.
Hen.
Aren't they?
A hen.
Hens are ladies, roosters is
See,
men.
that's why I had to go to that farm.
Good, you
I
learned
didn't
nothing.
learn a thing.
That plastic hand man was
All
wasting his
chickens
time.
are ladies.
Oh, Lee, why are you wearing those bras and stuff? That was just your farm. So yeah, Matt was down at this farm. Trevor, stop trying to draw a comparison between the idea of laying an egg and you doing a whoopsie. All right, it's a ridiculous
stop that.
analogy.
I'll stop that.
Let's go back to Matt's farm where he was as a kid. So Matt, it turns out, had all sorts of what I can only describe as latent psychopathic tendencies, which were drawn to the surface by being in an environment where he had an opportunity to deal with things weaker than him. Right. So like, there's just some of the experiences that happened. He fell in love with the 18-year-old farmer's daughter, even though he himself was 7, and thought he genuinely had a chance when she was just holding his hand out of simple kindness. Then, right, apparently, there's, you know, where them chicks are incubated after they're born. There's
Under
like
a
a
big
tray
red
of them.
light.
Big red light of all warm little chicks. That strange bird
Absolutely magical.
that little chirruping,
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing,
chirruping noise, right? Well, apparently, like,
I was
so
in
there
charge of that
was
because I was
there.
the smallest kid.
He was in charge of that. That was an easy job, right? So they
Beautiful.
trusted him.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
trusted him to look after those chicks. Next to that was a little morgue area where the dead chicks would, like, when a
Some
dead
of the
chick-
chicks were runts, I think, and they'd
They're
get
not called
trampled.
runts if they're a chick. That's
They
pigs.
are.
Then the ones that was too little, they would just
The little
die.
feeble ones.
What
the
are
ones-
they eating
the
in there?
equivalent
Little
of
maggots?
perhaps Russell as a child, who, without the love of society, would have been trampled by the other children.
So them little ones would die, and then sort of like, and they would have to be discarded to a tray that was
Where they're all
just
flat
immediately
and dried
adjacent.
out, and like their beaks were screaming.
Trapped in a frozen scream of death for eternity, or at least until their bodies decayed, right? And that was adjacent to where the living ones were under this red light. Little infant 7-year-old Matt, right, used to go, right then, Matt, you look after the birds, the chicks and that. He'd go, okay, there'll be no bother. And he'd stand there, right, and guess what he'd done? He used to take the little baby living chicks out of under the incubation light, and like cup them in his hands all delicately, move them over to the morgue death slab of frozen dead chicks, and show the living chicks the dead ones like an eerie, chilling warning of what could become of them. There you are. Here's a glimpse of your future. And then put them back.
I don't know why I did it. I think I was about 6.
nervous.
I think I just thought, they're all happy there, but they should really know that there's another side to life. That's amazing.
They're living in ignorance, these little birds.
So I picked them up, and all I did was showed them, and they sort of went, I didn't like it,
There's
'cause it
the
smelled
smell
weird.
of death.
Yeah.
You showed them the smell of death.
Well, you know,
What are you
some of
doing?
those chicks would have grown up to be little poets and gloomy little heroes.
Perpetually we wait to return to the egg, the cruel, cruel crack, the chicken hen rump. Yeah, I suppose so, but chicken's poems wouldn't be worth reading. Then another thing he done, there were great big, like, pig areas.
No, I
where the
told
pigs
you all
lived.
this in, like, you know, I was sort of
In my
coming
hot
clean
house.
about it in your ridiculously hot house, which you use to get stories out of people.
That's it, just relax, drink my peppermint tea.
I feel like I'm dying. I have to tell you this.
Clear your conscience, Matthew. It's probably best to tell me anything you've done to the piggy wigs. Tell me the story. Tell me. Right, and then he goes, oh, there's these pigs, but pigs, when you actually encounter them, they're not like, you know, 3 little pigs out of a story.
Huge
they're
sows,
great big
they're
long
boars.
slabs of flesh, snuffling and salivating. He spoke of 2 boars warring with foaming pink jaws over a fence, and sows feeding rows of scruffy little piglets all
Are
up
you
and down
trying to
his
get
body.
A-level English literature?
I've already got several certificates for my speaking.
He's doing poems.
That's just the way I am. Right, and then he said that he saw a chicken had strayed. And
I went
it's really
inside-
funny how he told me this. He goes, there's a pig area. He goes to me when he was telling me his story, like an idiot who knows nothing about anything. He goes, the chickens were allowed to go wherever they like. So there was one of them up on, and he said it as if he mildly resented the chickens' freedom. The chickens would go wherever they like. So there was one up on top of one of the pigs' houses. And he remembered...
Didn't talk like that.
Yes, you did. You yobbed your way through that anecdote. Look at me. I'll turn it into a glorious thing with warring boars. You twerp.
A
Yeah, go on
chicken
then.
was walking inside the pig's it was like a hotel.
A pig's hotel.
Yeah.
See? That's
But
how he
like, the
speaks.
pigs had their outside bit, and then they could go in the inside bit, the little dark bit, but there was a corridor you could go down.
Like the
It's all
monkeys at
dark.
the zoo can go inside. I hate them being
Yeah, but
allowed
only
in
the
there.
people who work in the zoo are allowed in that bit. But
Yeah.
I worked on that farm, and I pretty well went in that corridor. And there was a chicken just walking on one of the walls, and there was a great big sow, like in the concrete box thing, going mad. And I just,
Like an ocean of pork.
I just thought, if that chicken fell in there, I wonder what would happen.
Matt couldn't stand to see that chicken happy, all free, walking
I feel
about,
terrible
standing
about
on the
this.
pig
And
hotel. What did you do?
I sort of pushed the chicken into the pig thing, and then it went. There's all this noise of
Feathers.
death and of terror, and so I ran out. And then when we were having our dinner that evening, I said to the farmer came down, dropped his plastic hand on our table.
Clunk,
So
clunk.
we had to eat our dinner, and I went, "Oh, Mr. Farmer, if a chicken went into the pig's house, what would happen?"
No, it done it.
And the farmer went, "Well, it would be very bad, and the chicken wouldn't do that on its own." Like, he's clearly.
there'd been a problem with that to occur.
I was such an idiot. I pretty much owned up
You
to it.
gave a game up there, mate. You should
I
never
know.
have asked that question. You should have kept stum. Then
I
they never
know,
would
but
have
what
known.
a weird little kid I was. We've all done bad things.
And what about Trevor chopping off them baby birds'
Yeah.
heads with a
Well,
spade?
I didn't chop the baby birds' heads off, as we know.
Yeah, you got Jason Weathercoats to do it, didn't you?
Clary Coates.
You got Trevor, like a little pint-sized gangster, got a yob next door neighbour to behead a lot of blue tits.
bed,
didn't
a
he?
load of blue tits.
Come on, girls.
Seduce these little babies.
How would you seduce a blue tit?
Hello, what a lovely boob. What a wonderful azure shade of nip-nip. So go on, Trevor. You chopped off these baby birds' heads with a spade.
It was an act of kindness, that's all it was, and I wouldn't necessarily not do it again, because...
Would you do it again, would you?
Well, because it was the only thing. They were going to die anyway. Do they die slowly of thirst and parchment from the sun, or do they...
Parchment? That means paper.
That's a
Well,
type
being
of paper
parched.
for Shakespeare.
They were
you nit.
thirsty. It was the hot sun. It was a spring that was hot.
It was the hot sun, not that cold one. The moon.
Nighttime sun. I hate that guy. Shining out darkness on us all. What a twerp you are. Then Trevor didn't even have the courage to kill them blue tits himself. He got some dimwit from next door.
He wasn't a dimwit, he was
Lenny
older than
out of
me.
Mice and Men. Some big lumbering oaf in dungarees, but no shirt on, to behead him with a spade, didn't you, Trevor? While you stood by fiddling with your nib.
I didn't fiddle with mine. I was upset. I thought it was a sad thing for these little babies to fall out of their nest. But what can you do? You can't feed
I
them.
bet you pushed them out their nest.
I
didn't you?
didn't push them out.
All right, have we got to go to news or
We've
something?
got to have some good old newsy poos.
Right, okay, now you might be wondering what's happening on this crazy planet of ours. I know I am. I looked out the window just now and it was baffling. If only there was some sort of show to tell us what was going on. Now, Andrea Simmons, I've noticed, ain't been Simpson, is it, Andrea?
Simmons.
Andrea Simmons. I've noticed when I listened to the show last week, she weren't fulfilling our demands of saying things in the news. So that means we've got to come down hard this time. Andrea, we want you to say the words. What do we want her to say, Matt?
Blue tits.
Blue tits.
No.
Piercing.
Pierce
Pierce
blue tit.
Pierce blue tit. Andrew, if you don't say Pierce blue tit in this news, by God,
It
we'll
could sound
ruin
like
you.
a name. Piers Blue Tit.
Yeah.
She
Pierce
might be able
blue
to get-
tit from the meteorological office. Something like that. Okay, 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC.
At 10 o'clock, this is Andrea Simmons. Oh, and by the way, Russell, that little word challenge, you win. Again.
Online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
Take on me don't really make much sense. What do you think? What do they mean? Take me on. Take me on. What,
Take me on in a
chest?
romantic
Take on
sense.
Go on, take me on. Go on, give us a little job. Give us a job polishing you up all spruce.
Take on me. It doesn't make sense.
It does make sense.
Take on me.
Love is always
Sing like
about
that's Morrissey.
He was a... That's Morrissey. He does. Needless to say. He's like that. That's how he speaks. I don't know what.
Morton
what
Harkett
to
is
say.
a noble man.
He ain't noble.
He was in Lord of the Rings.
He's a drawing. Trevor! There's a letter here from a young man. It says, "Dear Jim, can you fix it for me?" It says, "Russell, Matt and Locke, I, like most, am a big fan of your podcast, thanks, and enjoy your sterling work. I was sitting listening one dreary Tuesday and was amazed by the audacity of a lying American from Cincinnati. Let me explain. I am a lifeguard." Right, now we were talking about lifeguards recently on this programme, and our belief is that lifeguards sit in that chair at swimming pools, that big tall umpire's chair of theirs, praying for a drowning to happen, just to give them something to do.
And what an over-the-top word.
Lifeguard.
Exactly.
Oh my God, some life is getting away!
Yeah.
I must guard it!
Go back and referee a tennis match.
Trevor! I'm a lifeguard and have previously been a bouncer, and I would like to confirm that you guys are in fact correct. When sitting on poolside, you think a lot. Well, daydream, actually. And as your mind is wandering, you think what would happen if someone did actually drown. You imagine you'd rescue them and become a local hero. And so you're actually willing for an old woman to slowly sink to the bottom so that you can save the day. The same goes for bouncing, which I also used to do. As a bouncer, he's not made out of plastics. I used to walk behind clubbers and trip them up, and sneakily hide to see if this bloke would start any trouble so I could find an excuse and chuck him out. I don't know, maybe I'm unprofessional. Yes, you are, Simon. Sorry about the rant. Feel free to phone and discuss the details further. P.S. Matt, isn't Krav Maga a form of ground fighting made popular by the Iraqi police, so you're learning to fight once you've already been knocked down?
No. It's an Israeli system and it's standing up. So there you go.
It couldn't be more different.
He's
it's not Iraqi, it's Israeli, and it's knocked. You're stood right up, nice and tight.
Stand up.
Right, and what's this, mate? He's unprofessional. This fella, Simon.
That's like an ambulance driver going around running people over and then going, "Oh, it's like you with your dog."
Topsy, isn't it? It's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same mentality. Mikey, take it down. Mikey, in charge of the phones. Let's get this lad up, Simon. If he's available to us, I want to get to the bottom of what makes that guy tick. He sounds crazy. Yeah. Well, he's a bouncer. He's walking around clubs tripping people up. But we've all long suspected he's a lifeguard that wants people to drown. You know, so if he's watching the people
he doesn't want
drowning,
him to drown. He does want to rescue him.
Yeah, he wants them to be in a situation.
Be lifeguard sat smiling whilst woman drowns. If lifeguard jumped in and saved her.
Yeah.
Mind you, that's your job. You shouldn't be a hero.
No, it's like if an ice cream man gives you an ice cream, you don't weep with gratitude.
What's your obsession with ice cream?
I like it. It's lovely stuff. I'd like to share another lifeguard story. It's true that lifeguards, says John, spend most of their time looking at birds and twiddling with their whistles. Onto the petting, a guy came in the pool with his girlfriend. She was quite curvy, and with a two-piece bikini, she only just fitted into a banana hammock. What does that mean?
A banana hammock.
What is a banana hammock?
It's a hammock.
Shaped like a banana.
Just hear the word hammock. Banana's thrown you.
I'd like a banana! Are there monkeys coming? I keep banana in my lunchbox. It go brown over the course of the day and smell strange to only eat the penguin. They frolicked in the diving pool, away from the prying eyes of the general public, but within eye line of me. After 10 minutes, he decided to get out and sit on the side of the pool on the tiled seats and crossed his legs. She wanted him back in the pool and baited him from the side while pressing her bosoms on the pool side. He refused, so she climbed up and pulled his hand to get him in the water. All the time he protested loudly. She pulled and pulled until he stood up, but without straightening his legs, just pivoting on his heel because he was trying to hide his obvious love pole. A pole of love.
Who wrote this?
Well, he's called John the man, who used to be a swimming guard. He was now standing and having a lot of attention drawn to himself in full view of the pool and the gallery above. Here are the lessons to be learned. 1. No petting in the pool. 2. Slim trunks might look good, but shorts are better. 3. If your girl is curvy and has a small bikini, be prepared. 4. If you get a stiffy, remain in the pool until the problem goes away.
Such a school word.
Stiffy. Oh, I've got a real stiffy for you,
I had to
babe.
stay on the bus one more stop because I had a stiffy.
Had a bloody stiffy.
Do you remember that?
What if you... Yeah, I do. Now, you shouldn't have done that. That's very unprofessional. What if you try and use a stiffy in a sort of erotic way? It's like, oh, come on, won't you touch my stiffy? Oh, yeah, baby, I've got a stiffy. All right, fair enough.
Is that your erotic way?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, come on, touch that stiffy.
Stop it. I sound horrible.
Trevor, you don't have to touch me on the stiffy. I haven't even got a stiffy. Oh, now we've got a letter. Oh, no, we can't read that out now because it's from teenagers and it'll make us seem like weirdos. Right, now we've got someone on the phone. Who in God's holy name is it?
Hello, Russell, it's Mark.
Mark, all right, mate, what's going on?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. First of all, well done for the Brits, mate.
Thank you. I was trying my hardest. It went well, didn't it?
Yeah, well done. There was no tumbleweed moments like there are with other presenters over the years.
Well, that's, you know, me and Matt wrote up a lovely script full of brilliant and yet uncontentious jokes, which, you know, may have been reported as being contentious, but actually, none of them are they?
No,
they're all
good.
good. There's no contentious jokes there. Thank you for your praise, old bean. Now, how can we help you in our cry for help item?
Well, basically, I'm a holiday rep.
You represent holidays, or
I represent holidays.
Lovely. I'm already starting to relax.
Well, I've been sent home from my current holiday rep duties.
Why? What have you done?
I've been injured. I injured myself snowboarding.
Oh, no,
You've done a crime.
I was hoping he'd done a crime as well. I was hoping he was going to say, I killed someone, I didn't mean to, it was an accident, I cuddled him too hard. But go on, so you hurt yourself snowboarding?
Yeah, hurt myself snowboarding, so as a bit of a welcome home mark, me and my friends went out on a couple of nights a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of nights, couple of weeks ago, couple for a couple of drinks with a couple of girls, a couple of. What's been going on, Mark? Why is everything in twos?
Well, basically, my situation comes in twos.
Uh-oh. So does mine on a good day. I'm being silly, Mark. Tell us about the problem.
Well, on the first night I went out, met a lovely young lady.
Yeah. Nice.
Very nice. Had a few drinks together, agreed to meet up.
Did you kiss her?
I did, yes.
Good.
Agreed to meet up the next week.
Fine.
Totally unrelated, went out with my friends.
I should hope so. If you're kissing girls that you're related to, it really reduces the glamour.
Went out the second night, the night after, and met another young lady.
Right.
That was rather nice, and kissed her as well.
Okay.
Swapped phone numbers with them both.
Yes.
I've since taken them both out on a date.
You dirty
both of them, and
Separately.
Right.
can't really decide who to go for, and I was wondering if I could have your help on the matter.
If you
I know how Russell made that decision.
How would I?
Boob size.
Yes, this is a little method I like to employ. When you don't know which one to go out with, take a good look at their boobs. One of those boobs will be bigger. Go out with that one.
Just the boob.
Just any boob. Either of the boob will do. No, right, okay, let's look at the criteria. There's sex appeal, then there's good old-fashioned personality, compatibility, stuff like that. Now, what is it you're looking for in a woman, Mark?
Well, they're both really attractive, so I can't really decide on the looks side of it.
So
Why do you have to choose one?
Yeah, exactly.
Just say you don't want a girlfriend, you're just playing in the field, you're having fun.
I've done that. I've been a holiday rep. I've done that. I've had my cake and eaten it.
Oh, you want a
I wanna
girlfriend?
do something else.
You want to go steady?
You want to go steady, do you? You've had some cake, now you want to be a bit of steady.
I do. All my mates are telling me they've got to start, you know.
How old are you?
21.
Get amongst it, lad. Get out there and give them hell. 21 years old, you've got another decade of hell raising. What I want you to do now, Mark, is I want you to take down your trousers and your pants and run out into the street and just scream, chase me, chase me. And anyone who'll listen, coax yourself into a state of arousal or just prong people in the leg. One day you'll find a wife, but not today. All right, let's make a decision just for the purpose of the game. Why don't you give us both of these girls' phone numbers? We'll solve the problem for you in half hour by seducing the pair of them and turning them into giddy little pools of madness. No, what do we want to find out which one's best? Why don't we help you?
Why doesn't he give us both their numbers?
Yeah, good.
Then we do a simple test.
What is the simple test?
You phone up and go, oh, hello, I'm Russell.
Off the telly.
Do you want to go out with me? Are you seeing anyone at the moment?
Yeah.
Is there anyone in your life you care about?
Yeah, right.
Who's got a broken leg? Who's got a broken leg?
Have you got your leg in a cast at the moment, Mark?
No, it's only the ligament damage. I haven't got it in a cast.
Okay, so you're not hobbling around like an invalid. Okay, but that would give you a bit of pirate glamour. So
And they could sign the cast.
They can sign the cast. That's lovely. You've got that memento. It's nice. Okay, well, yeah, Matt's suggestion is a good one. Why don't you leave your leave these girls' numbers, and then we'll work it out, right? And we'll do like a nice little test on them where I call them up and say, right, oh hello, I've come by your number. I got it off of a computer, something like that, and then yeah, we'll do those tests. Do you think that's a good idea?
Will you do that?
Not really, no.
Why not, Mark?
Well, one of them was at work all day, so you
Yeah.
won't answer a phone, and the other one's never heard of you.
How do you know? Why did that come up in conversation?
Well, one of the starting conversations was I was talking to the first girl. We was actually talking about Trevor Locke.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I can understand I never hear any of him.
Well, no,
I've
she's a
barely
big-
heard of him, and I'm in the room with him.
She's a big fan of your podcast, as am I.
Yeah.
And we started laughing when we was commenting on Trevor's Drop Your Jam comment that he made last week.
Disgusting.
That was misunderstood.
Yeah.
So one of them's never heard of you, and
How's that proved that she's never heard of me? Was she listening to the podcast?
Well, no, the other one that's at work has heard of you.
He's using our podcast as a chat-up line. He's going to
Don't use our
listen to Russell
podcast
Brand's
as chat-up
podcast.
lines. They're there for us to get women, Mark. Let me be clear about this. I resent Matt and Trev pulling from the podcast. Hello, you. You're about thrice removed from the process. Okay, well, listen, we've offered you a test. You still haven't gone help.
Help!
Right, okay, well, that's
Pathetic.
something. Matt thinks it was pathetic. Okay, well, let's try and help him. He's not prepared to carry out the test as we suggested. Matt, would you just propose that we do?
Who's the most sympathetic to your injury?
They're both pretty sympathetic, because that's how we actually got talking.
He's trying to get us to say go out of both, isn't he? It's clear
That's
what's
what
going
I've said.
on.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, as long as you're honest to both.
If I wanted to go out of both, I would have listened to my friends.
Oh, okay.
Someone's tired.
What? Why don't you just go and put on a bra and a petticoat and sit alone, Mark, and nurse your own broken leg? You silly little twerp. I think this year, go out of both of them, but be honest with them both.
Be honest with them. Tell them
honest.
what from the beginning.
Tell them from the beginning.
Make it clear that there's a competition going on and they'll both up their game. Then you reap the rewards of that.
Try and get sponsorship from Pepsi or something. Other Cokes are available, like Coke. Yeah, do a little contest, Mark. Now, that is all the help we can offer you, unless you start giving over their numbers for us to conduct further social experiments. And to be frank, you still haven't proven that this other one hasn't heard of me, and I think you said it to be hurtful. And
No,
I think
I
it's a
haven't- no, I haven't
vindictive
said
thing
it
to
to be
say.
hurtful.
Because how would that ever come? Oh, have you heard of Russell Brand?
No,
I haven't.
No,
Yeah,
I
how would you get to that point?
No, because she was texting me while I was watching the Brits.
Right.
And one of her first text messages was, who the hell is this?
Right.
When you were talking.
Who the hell is it? She used that kind of language.
She might have gone, who the hell is
this guy? All of a sudden, I'm interested in the Brit Awards. Yeah, okay, yes. Fair enough. Go out of that one. She sounds like she's got some chutzpah, some real glam. She's got some pep in her step. Go out of that one.
Go out of that one.
Go out of that one. Never see the other one again. I've got a bad feeling about it. Yeah.
Can I ask him a question?
Go
Russell?
on, Trev. Ask a question.
Which one of them smells the nicest? Pull.
Oh, probably the first one I met, actually. The
There
blonde
you
girl,
are.
she smells lovely.
Right, that is the one you've got to go for. Always go with the one that
Why?
smells
That just
the
means
nicest.
she's bought some perfume. Doesn't mean
No,
she's
no,
a
no.
better person.
It's not her perfume you like, is it? It's her natural odour we're talking about, isn't it?
Natural
Exactly.
body odor, yeah.
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
a pheromone kick from the armpit, drawing you in
Exactly.
sex-wise. Okay, go to the one that stinks nicest. Mark, you've got to go now. I love you. Take care of yourself out there in the human world. May your leg get better soon.
Yeah,
Off
mate.
goes old Mark. Take care, mate.
Now, Russell,
Yes.
why did you get your human genitals out then?
Just to spice things up, I just thought it would be funny that this radio show's going on and all of a sudden I just got my genitals
Oh, I
out.
just thought it was
You
worth-
waggles them.
I just waggled them at Trev. Why
They look
wouldn't I?
a bit sweaty.
They are,
waggle
it's
your
all very
willy at me.
warm
Don't
out.
get them out again. Why do you wear
them out
pants
again.
from Mothercare? I've been disturbed by
Get
this.
them
You
out.
used to be very specific about your pants, and that was bad. But now, adults don't wear pants like that.
These are adult pants, they're white
not.
fronts.
Where'd you get them?
Waggle it again. I want to see a waggle.
weird.
Do a
They're
waggle,
weird
do a waggle
pants,
again.
mate.
There's nothing weird about my pants.
They're like white
Matt said they
children's
look like
pants.
trophy pants.
Then in a cartoon,
Yeah.
like, if you drew a child wearing pants, you'd draw them in those.
I like these pants.
Why
They're
do they
classic
still
pants.
exist? Look at them.
It's a classic pant. I think there's nothing
These
wrong with
pants
it.
are sexy. They're neutral. Now there's a lot of
They're not
colour-
flattering at all. They look awful, mate.
Matt, you sound as if you're a prospective fiancé. They're not
But look, I'm
flattering
trying
at
to do
all.
you a favour. Look at that.
Stop looking at my
It's
nuts.
really silly. It's like something Johnny Briggs would wear or something. Billy Bunter. Honestly, they're like, see, my pants are nice.
What are you wearing? Let's see your pants.
No.
I
Show
know,
us them.
I know what sort of pants he wears.
Now
He
look
wears
at 'em.
H&M boxers.
Boxer shorts. Let's
Yeah.
have a look.
I could talk
Standard yob pants.
There we are,
Yob
exactly.
pants.
Good pants.
My pants have got class, mate, and
They
character.
haven't,
They're
they don't.
iconic.
Weird.
It's ironic.
No.
White front, simple, basic underwear.
Yeah.
What do you want me to wear?
You tell
Suspenders.
Trevor he's Alan Bennett. That is what Alan Bennett wouldn't wear them.
He'd wear blue ones of these, probably.
Yeah, yeah, he would.
Oh, they're awful.
They're nice. White fronts is simple. Look, there's a lot of
They're
business.
toddlers' pants.
They're not toddlers.
They're the first pants you wear after you come out of nappies. I don't know what you're doing.
It's been a decade since I've worn a nappy, or perhaps even
Your
more.
stupid reptilian hothouse. You walk around in your toddler's pants. What is wrong with you? You can afford good pants now.
What? Do you remember when I got those? What about when I got those good pants from that gay shop in Soho Street where I put my
They
nuts
weren't
through
good
that hole?
pants, were they?
Your nuts go through a hole and it pouches them out. They weren't good enough for you. It seems like none of the pants I wear are nothing. Nothing can put the spark back into this relationship. Won't you just let me live?
You are an odd man.
I think the pants are... Anyway, what do you want me to do? Start wearing women's knickers?
Don't try and introduce that as if I've asked you to do it.
All right, I'll wear women's knickers.
I've seen you in women's knickers.
I'll wear women's knickers.
I've seen you in women's knickers.
Yeah, when?
At that Little Britain thing.
Oh, yeah.
What was that for?
Comic relief, wasn't it, that was for? Anyway, I sometimes do wear a woman's knickers. And why wouldn't I? These pants are standard pants from a standard pant outlet.
Which place?
Exactly. I don't know where you can buy them from.
Marks and Spencer's?
They're from Marks, they're just men's pants.
William,
briefs.
backstage at the Brits, out of your Marks and Spencer's pants.
Yeah, what if
Liam Gallagher cuddled you.
I love him now. I've always liked him.
He
but
wouldn't wear
by
those
God,
pants, would he?
He patted me on the arse. Liam Gallagher
I
did.
saw that.
Right, he goes like, I spoke to him afterwards. He goes, "All right, mate, all right." When he told me that his mum really likes me and thinks I'm nice. Then, like, and as I sort of walked away, I went, "All right, see you later, kid," and sort of like patted me on the arse, and I sort of went, "Oh bloody hell!"
Cheeky.
I feel moist. Oh Christ!
That's how footballers do that. Footballers do that, though, don't
Yeah, it's
they?
just very masculine. It's
Really
sort of like,
macho men do really gay things sometimes,
don't they? Really, I find it very attractive. It's making me feel a bit gayer than I
Well, it
always
just
do.
confuses me when you get patted on the bottom by a macho man.
I love it.
It's never happened to me.
Well, I like to pat your bum all the time. I'm all over you
You're
like
not
a
a macho
rash.
man, though.
Trying to put a spark back into this relationship. You're not happy with my pants. You're not happy with my health.
You cuddle me and your bristly chin goes on my cheek. I just go into sort of...
He just locks himself off, thinks the cuddle will be over soon. The cuddle will pass.
Nearly
cuddle
done.
pass.
There it's gone.
Nearly gone. Half free again to think sad thoughts. So what? Well, we're going to listen to De La Soul, but then we listen to Smiths because we haven't listened to Smiths for ages.
What was that?
I said we haven't listened to the Smiths for ages. Come on, everyone, be professional. This is the BB bloody C. Right, go on, De La Soul.
Russell just farted.
No, never. De La Soul.
Greetings, girl, and welcome to my world.
De La Soul, I know. This is Russell Brand on Radio 2 with Matt Morgan and Trevor Locke. Defending myself because they're attacking my pants. Actually, Trevor, you've not attacked my pants, but Matt, you have. They're just normal, standard pants. I usually nearly said bog standard there, but that's a horrible word. They're bog standard, my pants.
How many did you get in a pack of them?
Loads.
200, I reckon. All shrink wrapped.
They normally supply ball stalls. So, okay then. Now, right. Is there anything else for us to worry about? No?
Nothing to worry about.
Nothing
at all.
about to worry about.
Everything's all
Everything's
right.
okay? Yeah?
Yep.
Cool, cool. Alright, so we just help this person then, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, there's a person... Now, this is a mysterious problem. I'll read you the email out first. Gives us a ground in the problems. We can all join in, yeah? Okay. This is from a... mystery lad. I have a problem, I need your help. My best mate, name scrubbed out with pen, has a girlfriend by the name of name scrubbed out by pen. I can see the name, but I won't say it. They've been going out for a couple of years now, and he is looking to propose to her. Dickhead. Right?
That's his name, or that's what he's calling him?
No, I think this is opinion. She works with me, and there are rumours going around the office that at the office Christmas party, she noshed off our boss. Noshed off. Oh, gosh. Wow. Okay. I'm yet to tell him of said rumours, but with the impending proposal, I feel that it is my time to intervene, but I'm not sure how to do it. Help, he writes. Okay, right now, he's on the phone. He's had his voice disguised because he doesn't want his mate to hear and be able to work out what the problem is. So we've got to give him a sort of a pseudonym, a mystery pseudonym, but I want to say it so that it's fun to say. So what should we call him?
Pippi?
Pippi. Pippi, are you there?
I am here, hello.
Pippi.
He sounds like a Pippi.
Pippi, you do sound like a Pippi. Right, Pippi. Pippi, you giggling twit. Right.
I sound like a chipmunk.
You do sound like a little chipmunk, but now, tell us more about the problem and we'll try and take you seriously.
Okay. Well, the problem is, he's looking to propose shortly.
Yeah.
But with the rumour that I know, I think I should tell him, really, shouldn't I? But I don't know.
I can't even take him seriously.
No, come on, take Pippi seriously.
Is he the IRA?
Don't say that. Careful around that sort of subject.
It's a serious matter.
It is. Now,
Very
Pippi,
serious.
Pippi, right, do you think that these rumours about let's call it the fellatio matter, do you think that they're substantial, do you think that they're truthful?
I heard stuff before. He does tend to have a nasty habit of spitting from the never reading, so possibly.
What? Pippi, you've got the sweetest voice in the world and some of the most foul vocabulary and ideas.
I don't even understand.
Do you think that your mate's girlfriend did do the sex act on your boss?
Possibly. I think there's a good chance, but even if it's not true, he should know, shouldn't he?
Well, no, because the rumour could be damaging if it's not true.
She might have made a mistake and regret it.
What do you mean, Matt? Hold on, Matt. Say I knew that a potential
prostitute.
Yes, carry on. This is going to be hard to imagine. Say I knew a potential wife of yours had noshed off our boss, in this case, Leslie Douglas, Radio 2. Would you want me to tell you about it?
Yes.
So would I. Hilarious fun. No, like any of our bosses at various television organisations. You'd want me to tell you? I would tell you.
But yeah, I suppose.
So he's got to tell her. Cocky Locky, if I knew that a potential wife of yours, God knows what kind of creature that would be.
Stop it.
Probably a hen that lived in a wigwam and wore clogs.
That's not fair. That's possible.
If this hen, this clog-wearing, wigwam-dwelling hen, had noshed off perhaps John Noel, would you want me to tell you about it?
No.
No. Why?
What?
Because I don't think I want to listen to rumours. I think if she wants to tell me about it, then she should tell me. If she doesn't want me to know, then she's got her reasons, that little hen. That little hen's got her good reasons for not telling me. I can handle it. It's like Jelly the Shepherd Boy. He didn't know that... Jelly the Shepherd Boy, he didn't know that his wife was going out with the squire, and when he was told, he didn't even understand.
Trevor, no one else reads the Bible, come on.
And there's not a person called Jelly in the Bible.
It's not in the Bible, it's from that story about the boy in Sicily. And he found out that his girlfriend...
Hey, Jelly, you come to my daughter's wedding day. You nosh off a chicken in a wigwam.
Right,
Listen.
this has turned mad.
He found out...
What we need is Pippi to talk.
Pippi, speak some sense.
But anyway.
Pippi, you're an aggressive little git. Now, come on, outline the problem a bit more clearly.
Well, I need to know how do I go about it?
Why can't you make up your own mind?
Why don't you use... I think what you should do is use one of these voice effects and tell your friend in this manner, because then even if it does destroy his life, it'll cheer him up a bit that you sound so cute.
Okay, well then you give him a ring.
All right, hold on, let's do it. Matt, what are you saying?
I think you should talk to the girl and say, look, I've heard these rumours, he's my mate, did you do it? Then you'll be able to find out from her reaction. Also, use that voice to ask
definitely
her.
use that voice.
Voice of reason there, that's, well, Matthew's
Just
voice.
find out from the girl, and then say to her, I might tell him that you did that.
Yeah.
And then get her to do it to you!
She can be your sex prisoner, Pippi. You'll have your own sex prisoner. Pippi, ring her now, then ring us back.
I don't have a number.
Oh, you Get it off. Get it from work.
Get it off my girlfriend.
Get it off your girlfriend. Who's your girlfriend? Little Miss Muffet. Go on, ring your girlfriend, Pippi, and get this girl's number, and then ring us back. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. And do what Matt said. Matt's
That'll look
advice
weird,
was
though. He
good.
can't ask his mate for his girlfriend's number.
No, he's going to ask his girlfriend for mate's girlfriend's number.
Pippi's got his own girlfriend.
Pippi's got a girlfriend of his own.
I reckon that girlfriend's got a little secret tucked away somewhere and all.
I don't think she has.
I think she has.
Probably some lovely ghoulies. Go on, Pippi, clear off and do an investigation, then come back to us when you've found some facts.
Okay, I'll try.
You haven't gone help.
Oh, help?
No, a bit
that's
more.
not good enough.
Longer.
Come on.
Longer.
Say follow the yellow brick road.
Here, say follow the yellow brick road.
Hey?
Say follow the yellow brick
Follow
road.
the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Alright then. Say, what else can we make him do? What else can we make him
What
do?
other things
My
to
name's Pippi the Munchkin.
Go on, say. I love you very much, give me a cuddle.
Have it your way. Sorry, what was that one?
Say, I love you very much, give me a cuddle.
I love you very much, give me a cuddle.
Say, Russell, I love your little panty poo pots. Go on, Pippi!
Russell, I love your panty poo pops.
Good boy. Right, now go and do your investigation.
Okay, will do.
Off he goes, he's one of the best detectives we've ever had on the firm, isn't he, this lad?
What a terrible speech impediment.
Yeah, well, he needs our sympathy and encouragement. Oh, what a dilemma, really, that was somewhat undermined by the lad's vocal
He's
tone.
getting right off on the old problem.
He was getting off on it.
He is. He likes the
giggling.
power, you see.
He loves the power.
He's a little power monkey. He started that rumour to give him power.
Yeah, you're probably right, Trev. He's
Yeah.
probably behind the Cold War and Al-Qaeda.
If anyone noshed off his boss, he did.
Trevor,
I
you're not to
found
say
out.
things like noshed off. It don't seem right.
I don't even know what it means, but
No, don't worry about it. It's not
I
something
still
that should
reckon
ever
Pippi did it.
concern you. Should we have a listen to the Smiths and then come back and deal with some other people's problems, not least Trevor's?
Yes.
Come on in. Arthur Person, the Smiths. Not a moment too soon.
Call me morbid, call me pale. I've spent 6 years on the
Arthur Person, Smithy. And so, yes, we're dealing with a lot of dilemmas and problems. Matt, can you not wince like that? Why are you wincing?
Seen too much of your body in this show.
Not nearly enough. My mum is completely obsessed with you, says Molly, aged 13. She has pictures of you in your pants, without the trifle, open bracket, close bracket. She also does this pervy leg rub thing whenever you come on the TV. It's disturbing, says Molly. Molly, your mum is behaving in a perfectly natural and acceptable way. It should be encouraged. Dear Sir Russell of Camden, I would like to say that I style myself on you, hence I'd like to know where you get most of your clothes from and what hairspray you use. Just get any tight black shirt from anywhere, tight black jeans out of a girl's clothes shop, hairspray, just get it out of a shop.
Yeah,
Easy.
right, that's how you buy your clothes, isn't it?
Hey!
Hey, just anywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen him ratting through when his stylist comes in.
This isn't right.
What is it?
What do I like?
You've got a very specific taste.
Christian Dior.
Christian Dior.
I like what he does.
You don't deserve it.
Danny, writing from Aberystwyth, says, since Matt mentioned about people changing yours and his middle name on Wikipedia, there has been immense interest on both your Wikipedia pages. Russell in particular has a wide array of different names, including Russell Paduka, Shri Begawan, Sultan Haji, Samudu Amar, Ali Saif Ud-Din III, Saad al-Qabidan, Ibn Maram, Sultan Mohammed Jamal al-Alam Khawadi brand, Russell Tip Top brand, Russell Horatio brand, Russell Lambardiano brand, Russell Edward brand, that is my name. Russell can't stop changing his bloody middle name brand. These acts of vandalism become so regular that Wikipedia has now been forced to ban unregistered users editing these pages. Personally, I think some of these middle names were just instances of creative genius, and you should rally to have the ban lifted and allow the creative juices of your listeners to flow once more. Love the show, Danny Riding. Vandals attack Trevor Locke's site, and there is because there is no ban, so there is an opportunity if you're a Wikipedia vandal to attack Trevor Locke's name.
Be a Wikipedia vandal. There's one thing where, you know, the whole planet can work together on one thing, and we can, you know...
We could do that on the whole planet if we wanted.
We could all
extend
add
that.
information and that, and then some silly boys have ruined it.
Ruining it for all of us, aren't they, those silly sausages? Yeah, you're quite right. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yes, it does make sense.
Get on
Matt.
your microphone.
I will get on it. You
Wandered
get on the
off like a
microphone. You spoke to me then like we were a hip-hop collective. Get on the mic, it's too cold. Here is a letter from a young person. Pam, she reckons she's called. I have a bit of a problem that I'm hoping you can help me with. I attend the local gym and usually have to go after work, which is late when it's least busy. The problem is that located in the ladies' changing room is the store cupboard for the cleaner. Interesting. Now, the cleaner happens to be a man, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. He's often in and out of the cupboard on a regular basis, whilst us ladies are changing. I've complained to the management a few times. They said that they would have a word with him, but he still keeps popping up when least expected. Well, I'd know when I'd pop up. Now, as you can imagine, this is quite awkward, especially as the last time I saw him, he disappeared in there and then didn't come out for ages. What was he doing, I wonder? That's Pam pondering that. Am I right to be worried, or am I being oversensitive? What can I do? Help! Well, anyway, it turns out that Pam's available for us to talk to. Do you remember, we will do that imminently, but do you remember Lucy, the swimming woman, that had perverts swimming upside down under her, sculling along, looking up at her knockers and body? So, well, we helped that woman by just saying, well, I think we was on the side of the perverts, actually. But let's see what we can do to help Pam. Pam, are you there, dear?
Hello.
Pam.
Sounds like a noise in a cartoon when someone hits someone.
Pam. Pam. Okay, Pam. So, Pam, you've got a snoopy janitor, a bit like Hong Kong Phooey, spoodling out lust through a spy hole in a cupboard door. What does he look like?
Kind of, I don't know, sort of generic.
Racist!
Generic?
What do you mean generic? Tell me what he looks like.
Tall and kind of gangly,
Sexy.
pervy looking.
He's a pervy-looking janitor.
Yeah.
Listen, what has he done that makes you so sure that he's a pervert?
I'm saying he looks pervy. He could be.
He looks pervy.
He
What
looks
do you mean by
pervy.
that?
He gives women the eye.
He gives women the eye.
Yeah.
That's not a broom handle. What kind of janitor are you? Okay, so it's just a hunch that he's a pervert.
Yeah, and if you're getting changed, you don't want some random man walking in staring at you in the altogether, really.
He's not random, though. He's employment of the building.
Highly selected. he's a specific man, but
Maybe
okay.
that's what he's employed to do. I don't know.
Oh well, I think let's not be too harsh on this man. Where do you live, Pamela?
Somewhere.
Well, listen, no one's going to come. If you say Birmingham, we aren't going to go, right, let's hunt Pam down. I'm just trying to get some sort of psychogeographical understanding of what's going on here. Some topical. Southampton. Right on the coast there, Southampton, Perverts Coast, we call that. Okay.
Perverts Cove.
Perverts Cove.
He could have sent us a thing saying, I've got a problem, I'm a janitor, but I have to go into the women's change room, it's embarrassing.
He might be gay, he might even be interested in what you're up to in there.
No, I'm not saying he's interested in me, but he could be interested in the other lady.
Not if he's gay. That's not how it works.
What goes on in ladies' changing rooms?
What are you all doing in there?
They're changing, aren't they?
Does anything ever happen like a porno?
If what's going on in that changing room is so innocent, why do you need doors there anyway? Why can't you change in the foyer? Change in the foyer by the Kit Kat machine. That's what I'd suggest.
No.
All right. Okay. Well, we've got someone else with a bit of previous on the line. This girl Lucy, she lives up in Brum. She had people subaquatically spying on her sex parts, and she's on the line now. Lucy, are you there?
Hello.
Has your problem continued at your Wednesday night swimming class? People swimming below you?
Yeah, they're still doing it.
What have you done? Have you made any attempt to stop them?
No. Well, Sarah said apparently we did complain when it first started happening, but neither Josie or I remember that. But
Sarah, Josie, Lucy, they sound like three porn star names to me. I'm not blaming these poor innocent pervs. They sound like a loyal and decent clientele of the swimming pool. So, okay, well, in a way, you've done nothing about your problem. I wonder if you can help Pamela. What would you do if the perverts in your life started straying out of the pool into the changing rooms dressed as janitors?
Well, we have been thinking about this, and we've come up with a couple of suggestions.
Let's hear them.
One of them is talk loudly about periods and heavy flows.
Oh, that's put me off sex forever. That works.
Proper perverts, they won't mind.
Yeah, that's true. A proper pervert would like that. Okay.
Another one was wear a prosthetic penis.
Again, proper perverts will be into that. That one didn't even make my
Depends where you
stomach
wear
turn.
it, though.
What do you mean, if you wear it sort of in your
Like a
cleavage?
sort of weird unicorn
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah, okay. Or what's the third option?
Spike his drink with Viagra.
What?
Drink.
Spike his
I don't know, if he has a cup of tea.
People don't drink in swimming pools. Where do you go swimming? At the Copacabana?
He's a cleaner, he might have a cup of tea.
But how does that help if you spike him
Alice
with
in
Viagra?
Wonderland when it floods.
It'll make it worse. Listen, I'm beginning to side increasingly with the perverts.
Put loads of Viagra in the water.
Well, then what?
I don't know.
Just turn into some
like
Cliff
the tea.
Richard sex party. Okay, I think, Lucy, right, your suggestions are all bloody ridiculous. Pam,
Yes.
you're 26 years old, you're hounding this janitor out of a job, he probably doesn't like that. Why don't you write a letter in crayon with a picture of you naked and saying, this make me very much unhappy, and then just do a big tick at the bottom and hand it over to someone behind the desk at the baths?
Yeah, I could try that.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Or, and while doing that, carry out all of Lucy's suggestions, have a dildo attached to your bonce, talk about heavy menstrual problems, and what's the third and final thing you suggested?
Viagra.
Pop Viagra in their drinks.
Viagra surely would just,
It's going to exacerbate the situation. Also, you'll end up in Holloway Women's Prison, where the sex attacks you're currently enduring, I think, will be belittled.
Right.
So, listen, both of you women, I think you need to buck your ideas up a little bit. And
We did think of something else.
Go on.
We thought she could try adapting one of Trevor's cards to say, Trevor's supposed to say hello because you're a pervert and you want coming in the changing room.
Trevor's cards are not the answer to anything. Trevor is part of the problem, dishing out his cards, talking to innocent people under the guise of starting a website. He very much is. He's their leader. Right, Lucy and Pam, I propose that you stop persecuting that innocent janitor who's doing his job and those lovely swimming perverts. Now, why don't you both form a support group, get each other's numbers, and get off with each other? Bye then. It's nice talking to you both, Pamela and lovely Lucy there.
They're fighting a losing battle against perverts, aren't they?
Yeah,
really?
people are going to be perverts. It's part of life to be a
I don't believe they're
pervert.
perverts.
What do you think they are, Trev?
I just think they're
loyal followers of your evil edicts.
Oh, stop it. Please, retract that.
No, I won't. I'll stand by it.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking retract that.
Okay, fair enough. That's going back in the jar. Go on, Matthew.
You look worried. Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Go on, Matthew. Do that dance you'll do at these times.
Don't you like to dance occasionally? All right, let's listen to Stone the Crows. Find out.
Okay.
Well, what was you going to say?
Well, I thought we were nearly over.
Put a song on. We'll take our mind off things.
Okay.
That was down. We had to come out a little bit earlier because we've got someone special on the line. Do send us emails, russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. Leave your phone number because we need to generate problems, because remember, we're not live at the moment because we're on
Generate
tour.
problems.
Yeah, we've got to generate problems. That's our function in life. Now, who's this on the phone? Why, it's Noel Gallagher from Oasis. Hello, Noel.
All right, Russell.
Hello, you all right, mate?
Not too bad.
Did you enjoy yourself at the Brit Awards where you won Outstanding Achievement Award? What do you mean,
It was... it was all right. It was nothing more than all right, I think.
Why only all right? What was wrong? Come on.
Well, it couldn't have gone any better for you, I don't think, could it, really?
I think I done all right, didn't I?
No, I actually think it couldn't have gone any better for you. It couldn't have gone any worse for us.
Why? What's wrong?
Just technical difficulties on the night, Russell. I don't want to bore you with things about capacitors and valves and amplifiers and stuff like that.
Well, you already have done just by saying the bloody words. I thought you did really well.
Apart from that, I tell you what, I was really looking forward to it, but kind of 5 minutes into it, you're thinking, yeah, I remember all this.
Oh, really? What, like the Brit vibe?
Yeah, it's just like idiots in ball gowns coming up with a mobile phone saying, so I don't have to get a picture, and you're just like, no.
Yeah.
Go away. And then, but saying that, I wouldn't have missed Joss Stone making an ass of herself for the world.
It's unusual business, wasn't it? That American accent and everything.
Yeah, I mean...
Extraordinary.
Well, we're not live, are we?
No, we're not live, but that's not a licence for you to start being all loopy. Come on.
It usually is. Well, it was strange to say the least.
Yeah, it was strange, a strange outburst. Yeah, she's just going through something.
Strange American outburst. We've got to be strong for Robbie. He needs a love. He's going to go through this. He's inspired. Robbie's inspired. What?
He is inspired. Yeah, she was evangelical, wasn't she?
From Cornwall. Idiot.
Was an unusual way to carry on, wasn't it, Noel? Yeah, it was.
Very strange, but
could we go back to how well I did on the night? I was enjoying that.
I haven't watched it back on the telly, but I actually don't think it could have gone any better for you.
Because I've not watched it back either, and you'll find that hard to believe, but it's actually true because I've just not had time. But it did seem to be going well. Some good jokes.
Brilliant. And you got, I think, the write-ups in the paper was good, but in the room,
where
we was kind of sat in amongst obviously a load of other bands at tables, you were going down quite well. There was lots of Mancunian finger clacking on my table.
Finger clacking.
Yeah,
wow. That's not bad.
That's not bad. And yeah, it was good though, man. I kind of didn't enjoy I enjoyed the party afterwards, which was good. But where did you get to anyway? Were you
We went to your party. I went to your party. Yeah, you weren't there.
Matt, everyone went to your party.
Russell, were you spreading Valentine's Night love?
How dare you judge me? I'm like St. Francis Assisi, that fella. I was helping people.
I mean, it's a yes or no question, did you?
I got sidetracked.
One of those burlesque women?
There was them burlesque women, they were all there, just loose. I thought them girls need schooling. So, I just took them off to a haberdashery sort of place, helped them to stitch things up. Now, listen, Noel, there's a few things I wanted to mention. What about my speech I'd done to give you that award? Were you even listening? It was nice.
No, we weren't. Well, you couldn't hear it. You couldn't hear it backstage, and I haven't watched it on the telly.
Watch it back.
I heard the words lovable and hooligan. I heard that, and then I noticed some derogatory joke about ripping off other people's songs, which we was thinking, right, we'll let that slide.
That was just either end of it. There was a couple of little jokes to make it sort of seem...
Well, it's not... Now we've been friends for far too long. Now I know that the real evil is that scruffy long-haired mate of yours.
Yeah, he's there.
Who writes all the gags, you see. So there's no point in going out and grabbing you by the testicles and going, what was that, Mustang and Solar Giants, eh, dandy boy?
Yeah, he did write that, actually.
Yeah. It's mad.
A snipe from behind Russell.
Yeah, he sits there, sniffing little wretch.
Yeah,
with his barbed remarks.
Master, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know about puppet master.
Yes, I do.
Come on.
I think he's a puppet master.
Matt, what shall I say to him? That was very hurtful. What did you just say to me?
Give him the midget voice.
Bloody, we're going to put your voice for an effect.
Anyway, did you enjoy it? You look like you did.
Yeah, I had a laugh with it. Like, we prepared for it properly. As you know, I went and had my brains examined by none other than Paul McKenna.
Well, he said to me, I was talking about backstage, and I said, so has he been hypnotised? And he went, how do you know? And I went, he told me. And he went, I'm telling everyone. He told me not to tell anyone.
Oh, no, I didn't want to tell you. Oh, no, I've just said it on radio. But, yeah, no, but he didn't hypnotise me. He just talked to you about being focused. You know, just goes, right, concentrate on your job and don't be a div.
You've got enough therapy in your life, though, eh?
No, not yet. Still mad.
Can't get enough of it.
I like it. I like snake oil salesmen. People like, not Paul McKenna. He's not one though. He's good at his job. I like him. But I do like stuff like that.
If I was saying to people after that, I was saying, see, if I was a member of whoever looks after those Brits things, I'd have you every year until you properly make a balls up of it, which is inevitable at some point. But until you make some obscene gaff.
Yeah.
But like Jonathan Ross always does the Comedy Awards.
Yeah.
I think once they find somebody, stick with it.
Yeah, right. Well, that's interesting.
Noel, your new agent.
No, listen, that's Noel Gallagher's words, not mine. Something for ITV to mull over there.
As an elder statesman of the music business who goes to these things a lot, right? They're usually shocking. Apart from the Q Awards, which Jonathan Ross does, it's brilliant, right?
Yeah.
And the rest of it can be a bit. You know, like when you've done the NME Awards and you get people like Bob Geldof, you know what I mean, and all that. They put that. See, the Brits from your perspective, I thought it was quite good.
So they should probably double my money. Do you think?
Me personally, I would.
Yeah, thank you very much, Noel. Quite an endorsement there from Oasis. Is Noel
Not from
Gallagher.
Oasis, I don't speak for Liam.
No, but I got on very well. He was lovely. Do you tell him to be nice to me? Because he was very friendly. He gave me a cuddle on stage, cuddle before the stage, and slapped my arse at the end of the night.
See, if I was to say to Liam, be nice to Russell, he'd go out of his way to be horrible to you, because that's the kind of relationship that we have.
Right.
But saying that, I didn't say to him, go and be horrible to him either. He took it upon himself, so he obviously likes you.
Oh, well, it's very touching, I must say. Literally touching in the case of my arse, which he sort of touched in a sexy way.
Well, I've not touched your arse yet. Maybe we could pair it next time I get a...
Yeah, have a go. Go in there. Have a go at it. No, we've got to go now. Can I give you a ring in a minute in real time to find out about your life and stuff?
No, you want to talk to me off air about how good you actually were, don't you?
Yes, please. I'd like you to actually go, well, you're very good. I like that bit, and talk through actual jokes. Noel Gallagher, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
There he goes. Bye.
Bye, Noel.
There he goes. Right, okay, let's summarise this show now with a bit of poetry from our poet laureate. It's Mr. G, of course. Woo, yeah, atmosphere. We're ready for atmosphere.
This is an automated poem, designed to offset any confusion about the show when you phone in. So then, press 1 to hear advice to assist with your cries. Scan your boobs, we'll give our views on janitorial abuse, except with problems of broom size. Press 2 to hear Trevor give birth on the loo. Squeak, piggy, squeak. Ah, Trev, he looks just like you. Press 4 to be bored by Brit Awards stories ad nauseum. 5 for LA Lies, disco basement white lines. 6 for Matt's kicks as he mixes chicks with pigs. 7 for Pippi the Munchkin go hunting for more evidence. And for those of you who desire the main menu to see where this madness is going, simply press 3 because it rhymes with G, because this is an automated poem.
An automated poem. There's a piece of concept art. Genuine concept art.
Bit egotistical at the end.
Egotistical, G. Yeah, you've got a bit self-involved, mate. Okay, so that's the end of our show. Thanks to everyone who participated with all your crazy problems. Thank you, Noel Gallagher. Thank you, Matt Morgan. Thank you, Cockety Lockety. Thank you, Mr. G. Now, we need you to email us at russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. Leave your phone number and your genuine problems. We will help you. If it's a real problem, we will really help. We've helped real people.
Problems, please.
Not joke problems.
None of these munchkins phoning
up. Not munchkins. We're not interested in munchkins. We'll drive them from the planet. We are the anti-munchkin Enoch Powers of the UK. So russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. Genuine problems. Okay, right, so we have a bit of the old newsy poos.
Yes.
Try and get munchkins into it, Andrew. We'll be listening. Just because we're not in the building, it don't mean we can't punish you. This is the Munchkin News, 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC.